in life for free, but you can give them to the birds and bees. I want money. That's what I want. That's what I want. That's what I want. Your love gives me such a thrill. But your love won't pay my bills.
Give me money!
I want money.
Where's the money?
That's what I want.
We both want that.
That's what I want. That's what I want.
We paid Beard money for this cool chicken necklace. You like that? All right.
Aloha, everyone.
Noise go down. Noise. There, we'll take down the noise. It doesn't sound like it's down at us, but it's down for them. Trust me.
You don't get everything, it's true. What it don't get, I
What? You can talk now.
want money.
It's down for them.
I don't think. Oh,
It's
right,
not down
they
for
can't
us.
hear
It's down for them.
Oh.
Watch, I can take it all the way down for them so they can barely hear it. Now they can just hear us, but in our headphones, it's still hella loud. So we're yelling over it.
We're not in each other's headphones, though.
We're
right?
in each other's minds and hearts. Thank you. And enough of that. Oh, I got like a glob of glop in my eye. You know, sometimes when you get a glop in your eye and it smears around?
Yeah, and it makes it blurry.
Yeah, I got that. Yeah. I don't know what it's from.
Nice.
Could be from anything.
Okay.
Could be from something I ate. It could be from like
eye boogers.
bacterial
There you go,
pneumonia.
Wag. Eye boogers.
Thank you. Aloha, everybody. Welcome to Monday.
Aloha.
Monday's the day where your hair's on fire, where everything goes right, and looks like somebody's got a case of the Mondays.
4TP. Hey, aloha.
Aloha, welcome
Pink
to
eye.
Monday. It's pre-pink eye. Now, right now it's just glob eye. It's probably gonna,
It's something to do
it's gonna
with
turn.
allergy. Well, you know, spring is arriving.
Here's the words where the people have
Nice.
them. Aloha, Carla.
Carla was first in line with
Lag.
the cookies. I love
Dead
it.
Decor Matt is here. Biff Boffo Biff is here. Silver Hair Stacker is here.
Nice. Aloha.
Oh, we call him Professor now, but we also call him Money Togs. Ryan's here. He got jacked on the eBay. Lag Cha-ching taking Ryan's sales. Ryan also wants our money. Land Shark Picker. Aloha.
Hi, aloha.
Mike G. Absolute Fives.
Look
Quirky
at
Picker
Mike G.
Chad.
Mike G is using Pokey's
Oh, he's using the
treats.
Pokey. Look at that right there. Do you see that tiny little emoji right there?
That's so cute.
You're eating that right now.
He is. Yep.
That is so awesome. I mean, my vision is so horrible. I can tell that's what it is because I made it, myself. But it's so tiny. Aloha, Jen. Is that where I got Did I get the smear in my eye from that lid?
No, there's
Oh,
like
no.
lotion or something in it.
I got lotion in my basket. Oh, it's not gonna work. 4TP saying, let the lizards fly.
We started like a minute early, Jen.
That song is Muddy by the
Flying Lizards.
Flying Lizards, yeah. That's
Our
lizard-based
money.
music. Pink Eye, that happens to me. Junk Trader says, hello, aloha,
Hi,
and
Anissa.
bonjour. A multilingual group of people we have here today. And I know we're probably not going to see the Poo Poo Platter boys because they are filming because John's off gallivanting, jet setting around the
His
globe.
son is graduating.
From the place.
Military training.
I'm on a diet, so all I get to eat are these damn Pop Rocks. So, okay.
ASMR.
I can't decide if that's gross or totally ASMR. Hi, I'm Primo. I'm Primo with Pop Rocks. Is that weird, folks? Uh-oh. The Pop Rocks are up into my ears now. They're not stopping. It's popping. Stop, Pop Rocks. They won't stop. The goggles, they do nothing. Do you want Pop Rocks?
Yeah, I do actually. Ooh,
Yeah. I'm
don't
on a
let
diet,
Pokey
so
get into them.
those don't have any calories. But yeah, the
I don't want Pokey to get any.
bubbles are in my ear canals. Did you know Pop Rocks travel through your brain,
No, I'm
Sam?
not gonna do this right now.
You should. I think you should because it's weird.
Yeah.
Cringe TV. Welcome to Cringe TV. Speaking of cringe, let's talk about Didbit and whatnot. The subjects that have been talked about forever and always. Which one are we gonna do on Wednesday? Let's tell you what we're gonna do.
Oh,
No,
weird.
your Pop Rocks are going into my ears. That's not good. Take these off. It doesn't make them go away. They're just amplified.
Weird.
So on Wednesday, we were actually maybe going to do it today, but you decided you didn't want to because you don't feel good about going to the other place and setting up today. So on Wednesday, we're going to come to you live and direct from our storage unit where we're going to have our first sale
Josh,
either on Didbit.
yes. Record.
You guys are recording?
Yeah, they're recording. We're recording. Thanks for popping in.
Yeah, thanks for letting us know. Have a great sesh over there. We're going to talk about your Josh did not show up today. Uh-oh, keeping notes. Check. He does a nooner from East Coast noon to 1 o'clock most every weekday, except for John's jet setting, like I said, has taken him off of his show. So he has to, John's going to celebrate his
I don't ever need
son's
Pop
thing.
Rocks ever again.
No, it's a one-time thing. I knew they would totally annoy her because she can't handle the popping. What's happening now? Are they distracting you?
No, the
They're
ads.
in your head. Each little...
There's ads. Are you running ads again during the thing?
Oh, that's what's annoying? I thought you said the Pop Rocks.
No, the Pop Rocks are, but the ad just distracted me.
I don't know. I'm trying to get rich. I want your money. Money. That's what I want. Thank you. I did not turn on. They're trying to jam down creators' throats turning on extra ad spots, but I denied that, and it keeps asking me to, not deny it. And then I did make sure that it does not.
Well, maybe it's because somehow I got out of
Maybe
it.
you owe some time, and they're taking it back.
Perhaps.
Yeah, that's what's happening. That's what's happening. So which one are we going to do? I know we voted.
What?
Everybody said go to whatnot, but at this point, when we go to sell all of our stuff, I kind of feel like WTF is there. Aloha!
Hey! Wow, Ryan hit 1,000 subscribers over the weekend. Good job, my friend.
Jesus.
That's impressive.
Lag does the Mentos and Coke instead of Pop Rocks makes me feel like I don't know. I see that it kind of works, but no, there's nothing in the Mentos like when you eat them. There's nothing that pops or crackles or snaps for that matter from a Mentos. So I always think that that's a B. That's a BS.
That did big golf guy. Hey, aloha!
Aloha 24 out today. Good for you. That is actually I'm gonna give you.
Our weekend was slow.
Our weekend was bonkers slow, actually. The media store totally stopped. We had one item, international sale, that was a $24. What was it? Do you remember what it was? It was a CD. It was a Better Than Ezra. No, it was Eliza Doolittle. It was Hoka Fraza. Haza Fraza. Fraza Hoka? Hoka Fraza. Come on, WTF. Fraza.
Do you want me to look it up?
No. That would be too easy and not be funny. Fraza Hoka. Something like that. Hoka Fraza. That's what I'm going. That's my final answer. Thank you. It's not that, but it's close to that. And absolutely one sale on our, for the past 2 weeks, $200 a day store. One sale over the weekend.
But wait,
did I finish now?
No.
We sold a Hoka Fraza to a single CD to somebody in the eBay International Shipping. They got it, and all we got was a little note saying that somebody wanted to return it, and you don't have to do anything. We took care of it. That's the only thing that's happened.
So you think that's why
I think they
our media tanked.
I think they tanked our media store over the weekend because
we don't know what their reason for return was.
And they don't say anything. The note just says you don't have to do anything about it. Shut up. Don't call us. We'll kill you. I think was the exact terminology.
Weird.
And I believe that could be because other than that, we took some stuff down. I did a nuclear reset on that media store, which, by the way, we learned. Did we learn something, or did we learn how to learn? We don't know if we learned.
So
we don't know if we learned.
Do any of you guys do listings with multiple quantities?
So we never do.
We never have.
And we just got all those DVDs.
And we got really mixed up and confused because he did an end and sell similar.
I took them down.
And we think, and we could be wrong,
but we
think that when he relisted them,
it put up the initial quantity that we had. So like
even though we
got
had
them,
sold some from that
we listed
original,
them for 4. Then somebody bought 2. And then we did a nuclear reset, and then when we reset them, I think the number went back to 4. Anyway, we had like 2,500 CDs or 3,000. We just went through them all again and wasted an entire weekend. So maybe eBay says, you're lame, you're amateur hour, you're Bush League. We're going to just stop your sales so you can catch your breath.
I sort of wonder if, because...
They were listening. Not only do they track you on your phone, they listen to see what headspace you're in. And if they hear you complaining, they're going to turn off the sales.
When you did the end and sell similar, you did not...
That's real.
You did not relist everything immediately. I don't know. Maybe they were like, what's going on with this account?
No? Maybe.
I don't know. It's weird. But...
Maybe that Poshmark thing about end and sell similar does pertain to eBay now, and they forgot to tell us.
No.
We don't know.
All of my listings are variation. When you relist, it starts it over.
Nucleation.
We're
fully nucleic right now.
Wait, Ryan is talking.
Where? Which one? This one? All my listings are in violation.
Variation.
When you relist, it starts it over.
But with the same original quantities?
That's the problem. Same original quantity. And I think that's what happened. So we don't know. I guess we can't
But when you end and sell similar, though, it's giving you a whole new item number. How would it know to carry over your original quantities?
Because it sells similar of that original product, which had for it.
And it was originally yours. So,
Yeah. Yes. Look, Den saying that sometimes it does pull in the original quantity.
So that threw us for a huge loop this weekend.
We got on a full. That just was so distracting.
I alphabetized 2,000.
Actually, it's like more than that, really. It's like probably 3,000 because we added them to the first small group. Anyway, so many.
Yeah, trying to make sure everything was
They're all brand new, which is nice. So we know at the end of all this work, there will be a payoff of some sort of money. Because the DVDs that are selling right now are like $40, $60. We sold one for $90. Like people are buying the gem de la gems out of there, as they say. Thank you.
So is there any method that people use in keeping track of?
Yeah, what do use media's guys do?
If you do a nuke reset and it puts up the original quantity, how
I'm gonna suggest.
How do people keep track of that?
How does James do that?
He doesn't have a lot of quantities in a single item, though.
Well, that's what I was wondering. The other option that we could do, which is stupid but possible, is we just we don't ever list. We list 4 of one item. Well, no, they don't want you to do that. Sorry, cancel, retract, rewind.
No, you can't. Right.
You can't do that, right? You
can't list the same item on separate listings
because that is that's gaming the system, supposedly.
Monopolizing it.
See, I could accidentally game the system, wouldn't even know it. But they game me, I get gamed. Thank you. I'm reloading.
But WTF was saying he sold something that he can't find. Oh, that sucks. I hate that.
That's the worst.
Heart drops.
Thankfully, we never do that because we are perfect. How unprofessional of you.
There's been times where I'm like,
you
oh no, I
you
can't find it, and then I eventually
literally say, shut up. That's what I do. I go, you always find it. Never have we lost. We lost the tiny little anvil And that's because we put something on top of it, and then we took the whole house apart. And this is what happened. I'll tell you. There was a box, and then the tiny anvil and vise, these tiny little anvil and vise were in that box. But then I put another box full of stuff into that box so that it was sitting on the tiny anvil and vise, and it looked like a single box. So it was hidden in a secret sarcophagus room in the bottom of the box that I created.
And we reached out to the person, and when we said if we find them, we refunded the person, and we said
like,
when we find them, we will send them to you free of charge.
But the good part of the story,
and we found them, and we emailed or messaged, and they never got back to us.
That's typical, I would say. But the good part of the story is we bought them for 25 cents, and we sold them for $35. Thank you. The fickle finger
and then
of
anyhow, we
fate.
waited a long time to put them back up.
We did. We waited for like a year.
Yeah.
For the guy to get back to us,
we
just in case.
put them back up.
Today is my day, National Hand Hygiene Day. Thank you. Look at the blistered and dry remnants of like skin that's still left on my hand because I do wash my hands. You're soaking in it. Do I look like Marge? Soaking in palm olive. I feel like that. Den Decor. How about eBay just working? I don't know.
No kidding.
I mean, they hired me over the weekend, so just give eBay a break, man. Just be cool. eBay's cool. You be cool too.
Well,
They
look
hired
at
me as a
quirky.
social quirky picker. What?
Did you say how to basket nudes?
No, I totally
Baby
ignored him.
nudes.
No, we're not. We're ignoring basket noodle. Not true.
A
But
lot.
hold on. I'm trying to. Where's Ayo? Thank you. Dendicor doesn't have a noise, but he's at camp. I think he's at camp still. He might be at camp.
Quirky Picker Chad, his weekend rocked.
Yeah, no, that's not. No.
Is Callie
You
here?
need to send us a fee.
Absolute Fines doesn't know how to nuclear reset.
Absolute fines. A nuclear reset is super simple, but also terrifying. And that's what makes it so.
You don't want to make a
effective.
mistake when you're doing it.
Yeah, I could do one, but we already did it. I could do one. I've always said I would do one, and I never do it. Isn't that funny?
Nuclear reset is when you end
Don't
and
tell them. Let's just do it.
sell similar your whole store.
It seems, but people don't know. Should I do it? Am I gonna do it?
I don't know why.
You never want me to do it because you think I'm gonna dox our Marsalis, Winford Marsalis, my salad. See, I'm hungry. Give me some of those things. Where are those things? Did you eat them all?
We weighed ourselves today, and we're both quite upset.
Yes.
So we decided instead of
Food,
when
we're
we go
only
to the
eating Pop Rocks.
grocery store and we go, I don't know, what do we eat? I don't know. We're just gonna get a bag of lettuce.
And there's no possible way bags of lettuce are good for you. There's no way.
It's better than getting
This is
pizza.
Is it?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Anyhow, no, those are tricky. They're so weird.
I think I got one in my nasal cavity. And it's nucleizing me.
Oh, there's Callie. So
Excuse me.
Callie was saying that her sales shifted from eBay to Posh. Interesting.
I believe eBay was kind of down this weekend. I've been waiting for James. James usually puts out a show around noon going over his numbers, but we might be just taking a little bit.
He was here just
Was
to
he?
say hi in the beginning.
Oh.
And people were
Curious to see how he was
posting
doing.
about Posh. People,
I only decide if eBay is good based on James's understanding of it, because otherwise, what can I really go on? I mean, nobody sells enough to see. James ships out 60 items a day. If it goes down to 45, or if it goes up to 80, it kind of I see something in those numbers. Our little rinky-dink. Actually, we usually ship out how many items on Monday? 25. 3 today, and I only did 2. One of them was pretty expensive, so it was okay, but still. Decent weekend, but today, crickets.
Den Decor was saying, yeah, today crickets, but he was saying that he's promoting Really Stupid High, though. And
hey, with the Mondays. People say we Monday around. Am I right?
someone had commented on our
Someone?
on a post, I think, that we did, and it was saying how
Good.
they got a message from eBay trying to get them to promote, and it was like 92% of sellers in this category are promoting. And it was like, why would you
100%
percent?
of 70% of the people.
So how does eBay show everyone's listings if nearly everyone is promoting? You might as well not promote at that point when it's like brings you back to square one again. Like you're not promoting. No one's promoting.
I don't think John went over the eBay numbers or anybody else did. I think the first person I saw quickly go over them was Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips. Over there at Galaxy CD Rocks and Flips. And he did go over the numbers for last year's eBays, and you should go watch that if you want to see them, because they bore the living crap out of me.
What is he saying?
Well, he said that there was I don't remember what he was saying. He was saying that they basically got 14% something higher ad sales. Ad sales went up by 14%.
Oh, you mean their quarterly
quarterly
end of the
numbers.
quarter? Oh.
Well, no, it is. Yeah.
They were doing the first quarter numbers.
Yeah. Right. Like we're all waiting for that. Sitting on our
I was thinking about that
bums.
this morning, actually, and I was like, oh, whatever, probably another 2%.
Yeah, I've got to say, I still don't promote above 5% with a 1% modifier thing. Now that could be, we've been doing it like today, actually. Today I went, wow, that was a bad weekend. Better go in there and make sure everything's actually promoted. That's supposed to be, excuse me. And I did see one thing, which I don't think it matters at all, but our promotion has been running since in our store that has 180 items in it right now. We've been running this promotion since November, 5% with a 1% modifier. And it says that we're promoting 4,076 items because every time I nuclear reset, it pops another however many into that promotion. So if I do one once a week, every week it puts in another 170 or however many items. So it's
like a running tally? That is bizarre.
It is. It seems to be. I don't know if that's bad or good or why or who or how or how many or how often or purple. I don't know answers to any of those questions, but it does exist.
You should probably keep it there. If eBay thinks you're promoting 4,000 items, they're like, God, this guy's a sucker.
It could be. It could be that.
Or not a sucker, but you know.
But if you leave them running for a really long time, are they like, oh, good boy, good boy. So I don't know. We're going to find out. But I figured I would go check, because one thing I have noticed is if we do see sales drop, it has been that I forgot. I did a nuclear reset. All the items didn't get promoted that were supposed to be. And then we've gone through a whole week of them not being promoted, and then they weren't being promoted.
And Absolute finds the one thing with doing a nuclear reset is making sure you don't delete your items by mistake.
Yeah.
Evidently, there's some sort of like behind the scenes way of getting your items you may delete by mistake, but it's nerve-wracking and hard.
I do. Best way. Record. What do you... Wait, I didn't see that.
Nucleation. I learned about this studying champagne.
When you it starts all over. Yeah. Wow, you got another...
Yeah.
Yeah, give me my money. Cha-chang. I just made a cent from your...
So maybe it's like every 20 minutes?
I don't know. Don't talk about it so no one else notices it. Sometimes nuke reset. Oh wait, I already read that one. How do we get?
Oh, Tamara Lynn. Yeah, you're jumping. Wait, what's happening?
I didn't do it. The green says it's where. Yeah, we're just way back. Sorry.
So people were posting though, literally May 1st, with Posh's new policy about excessive relisting. People were posting on reseller groups, huh?
I just got to where we're
posting on reseller groups how they were getting timeouts from Poshmark, and they're like, I haven't even touched my Poshmark store today, and I'm getting an email telling me that they're putting me on a 7-day timeout for excessive relisting.
They had already decided to put you on the wall. By the time they issued the do not excessively relist, they'd already marked you as
isn't that rude?
As a serial relister.
Yeah, that's downright rude.
I don't know.
Somebody was saying they took down 3 items that they had sold on another platform, and then they got an email saying like you're getting close to being whatever.
I don't believe anybody. I mean, I have no faith in anyone's understanding of their own realities, let alone what a platform's going to do to them. I pretty much think everyone does things wrong and then gets jacked from the platform. So people say that they might have only taken down 3 things, but really what they did was take down every single thing for 3 days. And then on the one day that something happened, they only did 3. That kind of thing.
Well,
I don't believe people.
If you're cross-posting and you're selling,
I don't believe you. I think you just made up that story.
I think that when it happens to you, I will laugh so hard. But you don't list on Poshmark, so
I get it. Thank you. See, I got it.
Not everyone is doing stuff wrong.
Yes, everyone is doing stuff wrong. Generally speaking, because if you were doing stuff right, you would have bought when the market was low.
Anyhow, absolute. I think that isn't there a video out there? Didn't you do a nuclear reset once live?
John Baby did one on Friday. He did a couple. Remember?
Okay.
Didn't he go in there and do a couple right there on the screen live? Flipping Ain't Easy last Friday. I think he did. I mean, I was listening to it. I wasn't actually watching it. I was slaving over a hot stove, cooking you dinner. And so I couldn't actually watch. I was just listening. But I know he was talking about doing a nuke right there and then on live on the thing. So I think he might have. Okay. Filter 1 quantity items only. Okay, that could be. Now, what happened and what really I don't know, but I understand what he's saying.
I don't understand that at all.
I'll explain it to you. When you go in and customize your ended listings or your listings. So if you look at your listings and then you look at your ended listings, those are 2 databases, separate databases that have a customize button up there at the top. And you can show different columns of information depending on what you want to see. And one of those I had put in to show initial quantity. And I'm like, what does initial quantity even mean? As I was listing it for the first time. And then I wanted to see what my initial quantities were, maybe to check that I had put them in right. When I first started listing everything for the very first time, and I went bleep, bleep, and I put it in there. Sometimes I was listing hundreds in a day, or, a lot of them in a day. So I forgot to put in quantities sometimes. So then I would go into active listings and I would arrange by date the newest listings. And then I added, through the customize button, I added initial quantities. So then I could see if it said 1, I knew I had, at least 3 of every single thing I just listed. I could go down to the 1 and then count them and then put in the right quantity when I initially first listed them. So I'm like, what does this initial listing do ever besides right now? Anyway, I listed them. Then I took them all down. This is the story from this weekend. And then when we went to go put them back up, we're like, it's showing the initial quantity has not changed since I initially put them up. But then I took them down. Some of them sold. And now the initial quantity is there again.
I'm still confused.
I think that's enough talk about this.
Denticor was saying set quantity filters before resetting. Then the last ones just make note and adjust after you reset them.
I don't know. If I were a rich man, yibby dibby 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 dibby. That's how it goes, right? I use $60,000. I use 60,000K of my allotted listing each month with resets, but I roll things out one at a time. Never use quantity. But Biff, won't I get arrested by eBay police for listing multiple variations of the not it's not a variation, multiple the exact same item, multiple. Well, you're selling an old thing. I'm selling brand new DVDs. So even if you're selling used DVDs, you could list them separately because they might have different qualities. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, but a brand new DVD, I think you're stuck to listing like a catalog item, like listing it like a catalog, meaning I can't list more than one of the same.
B Nudes was saying I only list one at a time too. I found years back listing more seems cause a buyer to think, it's still.
We never figured that out. We've never done it on this scale before.
It will still be there.
We have never done multiple listings of media on this scale before. Never. Multiple.
And that's
quantities.
Crossed my mind too, B Nudes. Like, oh, well, we're saying we have 5 of these. And somebody might not be jumping on it because they're like, oh, there will still be some.
Dang, you guys. We totally walked into the quicksand, didn't we? Just with that, we were all like, we're resellers. We got a whole bunch of things. Bleep, bleep, bleep. I got the guns. Bleep, bleep, bleep. I'm like, oh my gosh, we're so fast. Look at us go.
So what are we going to do now, though?
Well, we haven't figured that out.
Yeah.
What are we going to do?
It's still, like, that makes no sense to me. Personally, I wouldn't mess with multiple quantity listings that have a good sold history. I have no idea how that apply. I don't know.
You're overthinking. Thank you.
Oh, he's saying don't end and sell similar. Don't end and sell similar. Okay.
No,
don't end
what?
and sell similar, right?
Why was he say that? Who's saying that?
Will you look and read? You are literally on it.
Yeah, I'm looking.
Personally, I wouldn't mess with a multiple quantity listing that has a good sold history. So don't end and sell similar on one of those that has a good sold history.
If you want me to. Do you want me to read it that way? I will then. Fine. Thank you. I also am winning. Okay, so one way I read that is don't use multiple quantity listings. And then when you made me reread it and you forced me through browbeating to accept your definition of this sentence, I do now see that it says, why bother relisting something that's got a good track record? But see, here's the thing. I'm not, this is an admission perhaps. I don't know everything about I don't know things about cheap items like that. Like, I only know expensive stuff.
We don't know anything about, replenishable.
I don't know media.
Replenishable.
I mean, I only know it because I know it. So, in other words, what I'm saying by that is that, how do I know? I don't want to look up every single item.
It sounds like multiple listings is sort of, list it and leave it.
Yes, but how do I know which items have the good sell record when I don't want to take the time to do that? Like most other media sellers, they don't test their products. I'm literally selling all our gaming systems that I've kept for years, like Sega CD, Sega. I just sold the other one, not Dreamcast, but the Saturn. So I had all the video game systems on the planet of Earth. And then when we got it last year, when we started selling stuff, I have never tested another game, never have done anything because most of them work. I've tested them at some point in my life. I never retested them. And they don't come back, so I'm not going to test them again. So now I'm like, in the future, I'm going to look at the disc and go, this works. And like all media sellers, and I don't need the equipment anymore. So I've been selling it all. And how did I get on this subject?
I don't know.
But the whole point is that I have a point. Thank you. But that's what I learned about being a media seller is just trust the media. Don't waste time testing. Don't waste time. James has it right. Like, don't even look at it. Hey, this doesn't have if I can't see through the CD, if it's still got all of its metal, that thing just goes in and out and up and down. And
well, I think he sort of makes a blanket
statement
in the description where he just says guaranteed to work. If not, return.
The problem is that I have a different. I have been doing it much differently, which is I can say that all day, but I'm not going to sell anything but a near mint copy.
So
And that really slows us down.
WTF told his customer that he sent him a refund and told him he could choose free stuff of the same value.
Free stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they like? Twice as much free stuff. I also hear that 3 times free stuff really gets them going. And maybe or maybe not, they won't ever come back. Who knows? B News is like, nope, we only camp from Thursday to Sun. Didn't go there this past week. Crap weather, kids going through church, communication, education. Communion, sorry.
You just sounded like, what is that? Wait, what is that? Arlo Guthrie.
Yeah. Oh yeah, isn't that weird that right there, literally
is that
today,
Arlo Guthrie?
I just put Alice's restaurant, our reel-to-reel copy.
Huh.
So for the post-apocalyptic, and then you take that and you string it around the room, and then you take a needle, and that only works on records. But still, it's weird that you mentioned that, and it's right there.
But yeah, that is funny. Biff was saying to WTF, yes, you have to buy yourself grace. Callie Depps is here, yes. I saw that afterward. Always love you here. Wrong! Pizza is better for you, and just ask the Ninja Turtle.
I know, we should, but you know how it is.
Tamara.
WTF, I've got to get back on the health game, you know? I can't be eating crap my whole life. And I did so good last year, so we don't have that far to catch up, so.
Yeah, we really indulged. Where is faster? Where is Paul? Oh, he's there. Tamara Lynn, I had 27
What I like about
sales.
it is the sugar.
Can you move down?
There's something about sugar that really appeals to my brain.
Tamara, can you click on Tamara? One down. One down.
I'm ASMRing.
I had 27 sales. Most were eBay, then Etsy, Poshmark, and lastly, Mercari.
Good for you. Look at you diversifying. That's smart.
Is that all cross-listed stuff?
I mean, it doesn't have to be cross-listed to be diversified.
No, I
but
know. I'm just
really
wondering
smart
if it is cross-listed
all the
or if you
platforms.
break up certain items, go on certain platforms.
Tamara, Jen is asking, and I'd love to know that too. What you sell on Whatnot? How
Or
that's
do you
important.
sell on Whatnot?
Oh yeah.
Oh no, what do you sell on
See,
Whatnot?
it was me.
Sorry.
I'm willing to admit that I was totally wrong, and yet I'm not.
B News was saying.
It's called. You know what that's called? You're gaslighting me.
B News was
Do
saying.
I look gaslit?
Yeah, I get messages to promote frequently. No, thank you. We're not opposed to promoting, but when you're saying that 92% of other people are promoting in that category,
and you recommend 25% when you go in there to do your promotion,
it's like, will you stand out more if you don't promote?
Probably should do 25% because they're only taking 15% of the item's final value fees, and they only charge final value fees on the shipping and the tax too. Well, yeah, probably 25%. That means, as long as I'm getting over 50% of the value of the item, that's good. Oh, you mean I paid 60% of the value of the item to buy it, and then they're taking 50 and I'm losing 10%? Yeah, that seems a step in the right direction. Am I right, Dendicor? Thank you.
Jovio saying bluebies. Bluebies are in season and super good for you. Excellent snack food. Yes.
We have some. They're sort of blue. The ones in the backyard, and then I wake up
Those
like
are
5
raspberries.
hours. I wake up 5 hours later with a bunch of birds on my shoulders.
Oh, what?
The birds, and I get drunk on the berries.
You're crazy.
I know, but I just have all the blue all over. Hi, everybody. Yes, we don't have blueberries in the backyard. We have raspberries, and they must have come from like throwing raspberries out there. They're not natural. They're too sweet and juicy to be natural ones.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Speaking of promoting,
Oh wait. What is those mulberry?
I think those are the ones that drunkify you.
Is that we have a tree?
We have a dogwood over
We have
there.
a tree out back that has like it's a tree. It's not a bush. It's like a tree. And squirrels are so funny during the summer. They'll be like dangling and just nibbling.
That's
and trying
called
to
the
get 'em all.
crackberry bush. The squirrels love those.
So Matt was saying, speaking of promoting, I briefly looked at offsite. A minimum is $5 a day. I'm not giving eBay another $150 on top of $60 for a store and 8 to 12% dynamic.
No, you will not. I wish I could hypnotize somebody so we could pay less.
B News is saying if it were not for promoted, the company would be losing significant revenues quarter after quarter.
And that's the biggest bummer and the biggest the reality that you just can't. None of us are missing that. I mean, I'm talking like Jamie. You're not hiding this from us anyway. But that's probably not his issue. He wants to hide stuff from the investors. And as Basket would say, the institutional investors. So that's all they're playing. This game is all just for institutional investors.
I feel like everyone in here seems to have had like a pretty decent
except
weekend.
For us. We got
so we somehow I feel like we did something that made eBay unhappy.
Well,
and we put in a request for feedback removal, which it got removed immediately.
Oh yeah, this is a good one. We got a feedback on. Did we already say this? I can't remember if we said it. I don't think we did.
No, it just happened this weekend.
Ooh, on the media site, which was super. Oh, right, because that could. I don't know why, but our media site, which I'm telling you, we ship out like 20 pieces of media every Monday. We're shipping out. I shipped out one DVD this weekend. The first part was we did have a return in Europe somewhere. You
mentioned that.
And that was a CD, and it was a $12 CD. It may not matter how much it was, but it was a low value. And then the second thing we did was we received a neutral feedback, which I used the feedback removal tool because it definitely, I believed, crossed the line of eBay's policies. It was a
one-word feedback, and it was
one-word feedback, and it says like it was their top reason for removing feedback. And I'm going to tell you what this word was. Because
it is so bizarre.
I'm not sure how people can even.
So weird.
Don't say it, because it might ruin our video. It's the word for the World War II German guys, the bad guys, and they just put that word up on like that. Just
that was
that
the
word.
Feedback. Who
4
does
letters,
that?
just like that's it, capitalized even.
Wait, I'm gonna tell them what it was this person bought.
Okay.
Can I?
I don't care. It wasn't even a good book. It was
a book.
I know what it was.
Oh, somebody bought a magazine.
Good. They better. These magazines are selling for like $40 a piece. That makes me happy.
Yeah, I know. It makes me happy because
old Vogue magazines
forever,
from the 90s.
So like $50.
She got them all when she was a kid.
Yeah.
And they're selling them. Well, I can tell you it was a style guide. So it was a writing style guide, I believe, for writing script writing style guide. And they left us just that single, and it was a neutral feedback too. Which is weird. Anyway, it was like it just came out of left field, and there was absolutely no.
I'm just like, was
reason
eBay just harassing the person for asking them to leave feedback, and so they were annoyed?
Yeah, maybe.
Was it that one?
No. That's okay. Don't worry about it. But it was just like kind of weird.
It was this one.
An MLA style manual, which is just I don't know what MLA is, but architect hardcover third printing. It has nothing to. It's just a style guide. So, Mike says 43 sales with no. But anyway, those are two, I suppose, semi-negative weird things.
Maybe
the feedback was removed immediately, automatically, and the other thing was.
I wonder.
I don't really know what it is.
Gosh, if that does have something to do with it, that would be. We did not.
Definitely snuck up on us. I was like, can you believe this kid?
We did
Can you believe this kid here? No, we could not believe that people get away with that. And I wonder what how do you report this? The buyer didn't do anything wrong. So, I did try to go report him, just to report him. But there was no actual way to report him. The only reasons you can report a buyer are for buying related things, not for the feedback. But whatever, I guess.
Yeah.
Roll the dice. Lose your mice. Roll the dice. Lose your wife. Yahtzee. That's right. With the tariffs starting, haven't they started yet? Are we done with this already? Come on, lag. So much talk, so little tariffs.
Well,
Make us poor, for crying out loud.
B Nudes was saying, I suspect
I only deserve $1. Where's my $1? Thank you.
If this tariff stuff continues, eBay will raise fees as they are losing revenue on sales of said merch imports. And
dude,
yeah,
we could go on to marketplace.
We sell a lot. I mean, we have a decent amount of international sales, so that's definitely going to cause a problem.
They picked up quite a bit lately, actually.
I mean, I was looking at the majority of our vintage Apple computers went overseas this last batch.
They did. And 2 of them got... okay, so it sounds crazy because what we don't tell people is that our media store got those weird things. And then an unrelated other store had very low sales too. That they're unrelated. They're in different phone numbers, so I think they're unrelated. I'm not positive how that works, but I think that is something to be said for that. And then our other store, which is related to the medium store, had a huge sale this weekend, which was one sale that was carried all 3 stores. Right? So we didn't actually have a bad weekend. 2 stores just dried up and blew away. And 1 store was awesome. And for that, we speak your name. Old School Artifacts, thank you. We love you, Old School Artifacts. You suck, Junk Drawer Empire and Omega Moon Media. But if you want to look at our picture right here, that was the other thing we were going to talk about was branding. So the blue one is Omega Moon Media. The rainbow one is Old School Artifacts. And the
ball of rubber bands
is Junk Drawer Empire. And then
that one will probably be the vintage one.
Lady person vintage is starting her Etsy store. Do you know the name of it yet?
No.
You're not telling me? Because you know. Why you lie? Why you being like that? Thank you.
But yeah, we on eBay we use the
Thank you, Mike G.
Mike
G's putting the coin in the slot. You put the coin in the slot. Thank you. Watch that whole.
What did Doug and Roe change their icon?
What happened?
Can you click on them?
Yes, they did.
Oh!
I can't tell what it is.
That is so cute.
What is it? Oh my gosh, it's them muppified.
I love it.
But we can't see it big. You can't really see it big.
I love it. Oh
my god.
That is so them.
They got a big weed plant behind them. That is so them.
That is adorable.
I mean, I'm just kidding about that. It's just a bush. Or a tree. Or a stick with leaves. I don't know what it is.
I love it. It is so cute.
It's awesome. Oh, wait. I could do it. Wait, hold on. I think I could do this. Yeah. Oh, no. That doesn't get bigger. Oh. Only we get bigger. Hold on. I got it. I got it. Is it gonna work? Yeah. Look at that. You can see their little Muppet faces.
Oh, man. That is
so
cute.
Perfect.
It really is.
Next. What's next? Who's next?
Mike was saying about so much this weekend that my eBay card shut me off 3 times. I have to remember 19 purchases per day. What the heck are you buying?
Oh, yes. eBay. Oh, wait. Now, how do we...
Look at it!
We're surprised. We're surprised and horrified by what happened.
That looks like a filter.
It's like a filter.
That is hilarious.
eBay, I'm sure, is watching Poshmark. Yes. Don't you get that feeling? Like you're just like, for sure. For sure they are. And going to see how people react to this. So that's what makes it, makes it kind of scary. But at the same time, Major Win was late. So, everything makes up for everything. You can just stare at, that's how we're going to be. I'm not changing it.
Wait. I'm distracted now.
You think? You think? Whoa. That one was out of control. Here. Yep.
What are you doing?
Guess what I'm doing? I'm not going to tell you.
Oh, good.
I'm trying to get the camera back. Jack. Well, it looks like it totally crashed. And I've got, I love that. I'm addicted to the spinal bifida, or what do we call the thing with the in your mouth? A little boy lives in my mouth. What's his name?
Oh man.
I think I'm addicted to these now. I can get addicted in just one little taste. Delicious flavors of
Power
sugar.
of suggestion is strong with you.
Power of suggestion is strong with this one.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it's May the Cinco de Mayo. Happy Mayonnaise Day.
Return of the Sith. Or something like that.
Return of the 5th. Is that it?
Today is the 6th. Today's the 6th?
No. Please don't be calendar week. What's the word? Are you soft on calendar? Are people saying naughties?
Oh, no, poor Mike.
He's using words that they don't like.
No, it was
I'm
a
okay with that
typo.
word because of my brain.
It was a typo.
Is that way, so I don't mind. I'm trying. Don't bump the price on Sell Similar. I maybe ought to try that. Why not? Oh, well, that's the only thing we do. Basket Nudes is we generally lower the price by 1%, but I raise it too. So, but that's the one thing I do on the Sell Similar. As my understanding was always, if you're going to sell similar, you need to make a simple one change. B nudes or male? Was it Nash VT? Because I remember I used to get them confused. And one of you said that, and it was probably Nash that said he would put a dot on the end of his title word. So he'd use a period somewhere in the sentence as a way to make it reassess your new listing. As opposed to say, so as Ebert was pointing out, that every time you put up a new listing, the algorithm does some hocus pocus on it and decides a value to all of its components and then blah, blah, blah. And if you end that item through as part of the end and sell similar process and you're going to relist it, and you just relist it again without making a single change to it, maybe not, the algorithm is going to recognize it and you won't have any initial impact boost, which is generated from the algorithm taking time to figure out where to put your item. So that's what the new listing boost is. The algorithm figuring out what your item is. And if you list the same thing without changing anything, it's possible the algorithm already knows what your thing is and therefore won't really give you much of a new listing boost.
They're like, it didn't work the last time. Why will it work now?
It's crap! It's crap, I say! Get new things!
That's the voice that the algorithm has.
It's angry. But if you do make a change, at least it's my feeling that change can be as simple as raising or lowering the price. And then it wasn't Basket Noodles, I guess, but it was probably Nash VT that said, for sure, just putting a period in the title will make it a freshie.
4TP was saying even one sale on a multiple quantity listing gives it a significant boost in search.
Really?
Nice to know. And
maybe that's why our stuff was selling and then it stopped.
I do feel too that I recall one time reading something that eBay likes listings that have multiple quantities.
Back to the search parties.
So Mike was saying, oh wait, what is Paul saying? Aloha, call back the search parties. I'm here.
And spending a lot of time smoking with the neighbor. Good for you.
Well, I'm glad that your neighbors are pretty cool. That's good.
I'm guessing you're like. It sounds like you're almost in a retirement community because you're the young neighbor, the young move-in neighbor.
They're like, let's hire him to do all the work around here.
Mike says, for example, I've sold over 100 Mario games. Wait, what was the initial? Jump, and then we're going down here. Then we're gonna come back up here, and then I want to find basket nude. Says also a good point, Micah. Is a gadget rig? Nope, can't do it.
Disc.
Quirky Picker sold. I sold a $50 video game, and the guy opened up a return. Said it froze on level 7, a brand new one? False!
Where'd you get brand new?
The guy opened up. I assumed it's $50.
I sold a $50 video game, and the guy opened up a return.
That makes it no longer new.
The guy opened a return and said it froze.
I'm not paying attention. If you want me to pay attention, you got to pay me more than
you guys, this is literally everything. Everything that comes in front of us.
I got a tip jar on the desk.
We both have our own way of interpreting
I have a tip jar.
things.
If you want me to listen, you know what to do. You know what to do. Clinkle, clinkle.
Stop overthinking. It hurts the head. I think we are so far behind. That was back when we were asking about multiple quantity listings.
I know it's fine. Discard cart style, the Quirky Picker. We are about halfway to Thanksgiving.
No, don't say that.
It's okay because I already bought. I bought some Halloween candles the other day. I love my girly candles. I love to buy those because you can, especially way before the holidays, you can get some really good girly candles. And I've done it sort of like a fun little thing for the holidays, where you buy lots of the girly candles and then you sell them all off, except you keep the ones you want, and then you get free girly candles.
4TP, I'm totally jumping ahead, says eBay must have sent Ebert a horse head. He's disappeared.
Oh, no. Did they tell him to go away? Hold on, I gotta go look. We weren't going to talk about anything good today. We're just going to show you pictures of some of our... Okay, let's do that right now. Let this chat get way out of control. Hold on. Well, I'm going to do something.
I want to show them... talk about branding. I want to show them the video we made for...
I have to find that.
It was Old School Artifacts.
I'll go do that.
You can't just go to our Old School Artifacts page.
Right now. Put your pants in your pants. Okay?
Put your legs in your pants.
This was one of our very first businesses. I still own the website, retronics.net. And this is in the late 90s. I would recycle people's computers. Listen to this, everybody who's ever sold a computer. I used to take people's audio equipment and old computers for free. How generous of me. And I had piles and piles and storage units full, and people would call me, and I would rent 24-foot trucks and pick up huge IBM System 36-2, I forget what. I mean, huge tape drives, all kinds of crap. Got it all for free. Cost a lot of money to move it and to store it, and then I sold it, and I was rich. So that was a long time ago. This is where I sold all that crap, so I gathered it all up under retronics.net and sold it under Radio Chakra, which we still maintain the site, but haven't used it since 2006.
Look at how old school this is.
It's super. This is HTML. Everything that's that works doesn't anymore, so you can't really hack into it very easily.
Okay.
It's surprising though that this little DHTML carousel of items.
We here at Radio Chakra are into anything electronic, but mostly focus on arcade games, jukeboxes, classic home gaming systems. Check out the site and hang loose, brah.
Yeah, I was all Hawaiian back then, and we ran this for about 5 years, I think. Looks like we started in 1999.
Oh my goodness!
This is my ICQ number. It's still here. You won't get me because I don't ever go on ICQ, but that's my actual number.
Wow.
And I don't think any of this other stuff, nothing else works on this page. But anyway, that was another branding thing. If you didn't get that, it looks like Radio Shack, but it's Radio Chakra, which is something. This is the thing. It's not really a brand. But
Oh, yeah. Amy would love that. Nesbitt experience. Her father went to Woodstock 99.
oh, yeah, right. I actually was able to change. This was a Corel draw. Just today, I was able to change it back into this 3-up. And we made shirts out of this design for Woodstock 99, obviously. So when we first started our business, that was high-end, mid-century, modern stuff. This was in after the restaurant closed, so mid-2000, 2005, I think. Bought a bunch of stuff here and drove it to California. And we had 2 stores. One was called From a Barn in Vermont, which was primitives. And then all the modern stuff went under Modern Love, which then turned into that. That became our actual store logo. And then that...
Oh, that's a stretched fabric. That's
Yes.
what we use for our Old School Artifacts logo.
Thanks. So the way it happened was one day we had this for sale in our store, and then we used that in our eBay Facebook store, and then we put it behind the circle smiley face, and then it turned into this one with the glasses. So basically I was going to do a whole sort of thing about branding is fun, but it's very distracting and you shouldn't spend a lot of time doing it. But at some point, branding doesn't need to be necessarily graphics and stuff. It's just how you present yourself all the time. But the glasses are that's a good brand. Without a name was my point. That you would just know these are us because of that brand, even without words.
Well, with the glasses
As long as
for
we told-
short.
As long as we told you.
Your glasses.
The glasses. Lag got new glasses. And then this is the head that you never see. The rest of it from our website that broke like
Did
10
I
years
yawn?
ago. Oops. This the website that we did about 10 years ago, and this is my good friend Steve Hogan who made this cartoon, and I said to him, I'm like, do me in Hanna-Barbera style, like Top Cat. And if you remember Top Cat, he's got a little pork pie hat on, and he's leaning on a garbage can, and I'm leaning on a tiki. What?
Cute.
Thank you. Steve Hogan. And I changed the shirt. I can just change the shirt to any pattern I want.
Oh, the pants look like your butt.
I have a
Your
butt front on this, but I'm not gonna complain. And then here's a book that we were gonna do that we never finished. I just found this in the pictures, so I never did that. What is that? Oh, that was me converting stuff. Oh yeah, that was how I was converting CDR, because it's hard if you have Corel Draw images. They probably broke into our computer and now we're owned by the Russians, but that's how we did it. Couple of Dinks. That was our other YouTube channel. And DINK stands for dual income, no kids, but now we only have one income, and that's also
one income split amongst two.
Yes, it's not right. And then this is one of our
Oh God.
a couple of dinks. I don't know if they could hear that.
I don't know.
Could you hear that?
I can hear that. Wait.
That was enough of that.
No.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Look at that cutie. Look at that cutie.
Why are you showing these?
Why not? You have something better to do?
I want to look at the eBay video.
No, you have to look at this first. Look, slow-mo. Hula. Couple of dinks.
That's resting witch face.
Yes, that's resting witch face.
Oh boy. Yeah,
I love this. We were so creative, and this is way before we even did YouTube. Like, we didn't have anywhere to put all the... Well, we were doing YouTube, but nobody watched it. Thank you.
And that's why.
And that's why. Yeah, that's why. It does kind of look like a cult recruiting video. How much nog had you both had? All this is heavily nog-based
I mean, what is
creation.
that drink? It's
All the ice is melted out of there.
Yeah.
I don't remember what that was.
I don't know. Something gross.
Yeah. Yes, we were we're in our ghoul period. There was more, but I was looking for examples of branding, and I found
No,
all this
go
stuff.
to our old
Okay.
school artifacts.
I have to
eBay.
do that secretly so I don't dox us.
Okay.
Talk now. You talk. You talk now.
Okay, let's see here.
Our Cabbage Patch kids carrier seat.
It's already not.
It's 4 years old. It's down to $9.84. To be honest with you, I can't even. It's plus $12.50 shipping. We'll lose money on that. I'm ending it.
Yeah, don't. That's just, we got to get rid of that thing.
So you could have had it, person, but instead you wanted to send an offer, and now oops, I just revised it. What did I revise it to?
You can't. What are you doing?
I don't know.
Just don't send an
I pushed
offer.
edit instead of end.
Oh.
Thank you.
Biff was saying in regards to the 92% promoting, he said, if 92% are promoting, I'll just show myself to the door. Seriously, though.
Please.
Like, what is the point at that point?
Well, I'm not sure what everyone's going to buy or sell because no one's going to make any money.
You're
except for
supposed to be going to find
sorry.
the video.
Distracted by reality. So sorry.
Tamara Lynn was saying, my son is hunting for a condo in the Burlington, Vermont area.
What? It's super expensive here right now, unfortunately.
And she said, we're driving to Vermont every week and sourcing at your resource store is a great item.
Stop! Get out of there! How dare you! Cancel!
Well, good.
No, it is. We
We're
have really
glad
good
you
thrift.
are.
We have good thrift stores here. I would say I'm not exactly sure why they're still maintaining some of their goodness, but they are. The resource, we have I'm not sure which ones you go to because we have like the sort of upscale. It's not really thrift store. They went to the thrift store and then put it in their store. That's Barge Canal. What's the yellow one?
Anjou.
Well, Anjou is like that's basically an antique store, but the yellow one, vintage inspired antiques. Those two are both
Vintage inspired lifestyle market.
Yeah, whatever. They have the whatever. Shoo, kid, you bother me. They have the curated thrift stuff. So the people who sell in those places go to thrift stores, buy the stuff, and then put them in these group stores, which are curated thrift store stuff. And then we have Resource, which is owned by the people who build houses, Habitat for Humanity Resource. But then we also have another one that used to be, it's called Restore, but it's separate, but they used to actually be funded partially by Habitat for Humanity, but then they moved in their real store. So it's called Restore. Resource
One
and
is
Restore.
Restore and one is Resource. Which one?
And they're both really good.
Yeah. Are you going to finish that?
And one of them we get secret backdoor handouts from. So. not gonna
Paul
tell you
was
which
saying
one,
he
so you
just
don't even
had
know.
raspberries and yogurt for dessert. Yum.
You are a good boy eating healthy
Tamara
foods.
was saying that her life got busy, so she has paused whatnot. I only did one live show in a couple of weeks ago. It was 3 years before that. Wow. Let's see, Mike G. I promoted when necessary for oversaturated
How do I
items.
find this thing?
Go to your store.
Oh, right. And it's like in the top bar, right? Oh, no.
Go to
Try the new carousel billboard. About. It's
Yeah,
our
there you
about
go.
feature.
Oh, there it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we'll look at this now. Small. So we're on our store. Our store is called Old School Artifacts. It is great. And then that's picture, and then here's our thing. But it's gonna be small. So
I know. Well,
Fall is here, hear the yell, back to school, ring the bell, brand new shoes, walking blues, climb the fence, books and pens, I can tell that we are gonna be friends. I can tell that we are gonna be friends.
Huh? Thank you.
I mean, that's pretty old. We did that
love
like
that.
5 years ago or something.
Yes, we did. We did that when we cared and we were humans back then. It was before the bad times had started. When we seriously, it was back when we cared.
Yeah.
We had more time to care, and now they're just trying to shuck us. They're trying to shuck us, shuck all their coins out of our pockets. How dare you?
Mike was saying that overall he's a minimum of 2%.
My local indie thrift chain has Shop Our eBay on the marquee.
Oh god.
It never yielded anything good, and now I'm for sure never going there ever again. It can burn like a car with a battery.
Ryan was saying that sold some Super 8 tapes. They were in amazing shape. Godzilla and a couple other monster movies. Dude sent sketchy photos saying that they were all cut up and had red goo on them. Oh man. Don't you hate that crap?
No, we can't. We can't handle it. Shuck all this jive. That's what I'm trying to say.
So Doug was saying, Major Win, he's saying that
John made me late. See, I knew it. He's the water buffalo.
Doug was saying that we turned off our 20% sale that we were running last month. Our sales are now up 61.8%
True
versus
story.
last month. Maybe it
True
correlates to taxes and tariff activity. We don't know, but that's incredible.
Well, I'll say that I have absolutely noticed. Oh, Beard, we did get we got the giant chicken necklace.
I
so-
forgot to put a chain on it.
we're gonna
He's
get the
gonna
chain
wear-
fixed, and then I'll wear it next time. It's my bedazzlement. Thank you very much. And Doug, it's weird because we did the same thing. I was running some sales like maybe back in up to March or something, running them since Christmas, and I noticed that sales just kind of they were working fine, and then all of a sudden they stopped, and I was like, oh well, maybe I just always run a sale. Second I stopped, sales shot up. So it adds that crazy, I would call it really the auction professor, the auction professor.
Say that fast.
Yeah, now I can't remember the
Auction
third word.
professor.
But his
I
theory
forget.
is that you just got to keep jacking your store. You got to take the items down, end and sell similar, put them on sale, take them off, jack up the promotion, take off the promotion. And you should be doing that like
It's a cycle.
weekly.
We talked about that though. Like,
Though, I mean, I'm saying that this is just more evidence that shite works.
just constantly changing things.
You just got to move it. And not, even if it doesn't make sense, just do it.
Doing a sale and then
Put it on for 48
doing
hours. Take it off.
promotions one week, doing a sale, whatever it is. You just constantly have to be
And I think
activity.
It's
No matter
activity.
what it is.
I honestly don't. I don't see how. A couple of things that I don't think they're true, but they probably are. One of them is geolocating in your phone. When John leaves his house, they turn off his sales because he's on the phone. I think that's possible. There could be something to that. But I also think that when you, I forget what I was going to say. I was going to fill it in with some frog DNA, but then I decided not to because it's stupid. No, it was something about taking your sales, that if you have sales on, like there's nothing like the lighthouse effect. Like I don't believe that's a true thing that happens, but there's something to be said about maybe time of year, maybe what you're doing, and that you tend to be on some sort of a pattern that you don't even realize. And then that's what makes things work when you hit the right combination of whatever, the lighthouse shines on you. And if you could just figure out how to do that all the time, then you would be rich and you would have no more inventory.
The Snoopy lamp just came on. Oh, that's the ghost.
We have a
Doug and
single
Rail are
ghost.
saying, we have a theory that once you get sales momentum, that eBay slows your roll to let the items arrive and see if your quality is maintained, especially if they give you an increased allowance of sales.
I know, I totally think that's
sounds
true.
possible.
And I'll go to, you know, I'll connect that to Polish Pete and his green wave theory, where the green wave, meaning if you get your store hot, it will sell a whole bunch of stuff, but at some point they're going to alligator teeth you like this, meaning they're going to just stop you to see what happens with all those sales that you got. But they don't actually look back and forth and go, oh, he did really well. Josh proved that to me, that they only use 90 days of sales data, that they don't actually for their AI have, you know, years of backstock of information. They're changing it every 90 days. That makes me think that these guys are just not really on top of it.
AO
Does that make sense?
was
Does that
saying,
make sense?
I'm all juiced up on promotions, but I'm not seeing any activity. My lighthouse must have broken a light bulb.
Ayo, true story. You can put that thing up to 25% and you won't make any sales. You're just douched right now. And that's not going to do it. End and sell similar is gonna snap you out of it.
Remember, John was saying 2 weekends ago, it was tanking for him on a weekend, and he did an end and sell similar. And what do you know?
Popped it right back into action.
Yeah.
There's a method. We could write a book probably if we put all our heads together, and we could go, if this exact scenario happens, do this. But then you'd have to have all be selling the same items. That's why we haven't done it yet. Otherwise,
and Doug is also thinking.
Oh yeah, right. No, yes, Doug. Yes, agreed.
Maybe running sales is a proof of desperation, which is severely punished.
I think there might be something to that.
Then the more we promote and have sales, the more we're punished, and then we get caught in a cycle.
This is the gamification. I know we're being gamed because I get that kind of a feeling. So, and then I'm like, well, what do I do? What do I do? So then they're driving you to a certain behavior because you're going, what do I do? What could I do? What do they want me to do? And then you do it.
Or eBay's like, well, if this person is willing to take a reduction in their item price,
if you're
why
willing
don't they
to pay $50 for a cab,
why don't they
you'd
just take that money and
certainly pay
spend it on promoting? So, like, let's not show that their sale is working.
Do you remember
let's
that guy
have
at
them
the
take that
beginning
money,
of,
put it toward promoting, and then let's show them that promoting will work.
Trains, planes, and
But
automobiles? Planes,
AO
trains?
is saying that
Is it
he
planes, trains?
is
Trains,
promoting
planes.
high and it's not working. But have you been doing it a while?
Dude,
'Cause
lay off the
you
weed.
need to change
Maybe
it
that's
up.
what you got to do. Is you got to
Rotate
be
it out.
sober when you do your promotions.
Promotions.
Yeah.
A sale.
He's promoting high, Bridget. He's promoting high. Bong hits, Dave.
And Quirky Picker Chad was saying, my theory is eBay only wants you to make so much money per week so that you have a good week and then you have a
That's the
bad
game.
weekend. And if you have a bad week, you have a good weekend. Which, yeah. Yeah.
It's such a game, and it drives me to eat
It
Pop
is a
Rocks.
game. And it boils down to there are so many sellers. They have to give everyone some sort of chance at making sales. So we're not always going to be on, unfortunately, unless we have extremely high sell-through rate items.
I left one on my microphone. It's
I wonder what would
contaminated.
happen if he got one of those in his tiny little adorable mouth. Get
Put one in there.
away with that.
Put one in there.
Don't you dare.
I want to see if he blows up like a pigeon. Sorry.
Pokey.
Okay, now I'm going to zap back.
Mike was saying there's some really weird people outside.
Are they peeking you? Okay, wait. I see John came in here. Aloha. Hey, guys. Had one of our strongest sales
Wow.
weeks. See, look at that. No, ours sucked, but number of sales sucked,
Beer
John.
King.
Number of
Awesome.
sales sucked. 3 over the weekend. 3 sales. This is normally it's like 25 or 30 even. So 3 sales is super bad, but totals on those sales normal. So whatever.
And well, that's what Beer King was saying. I sold one item for $6.50,
right.
then blank. AO did do a reset,
Oh
but no
Okay.
cigar. Yeah.
You reset your entire store. Uh-oh. You should be getting money, not cigars.
Hot-
you should,
so,
you should
wait.
work for cash. But that's too bad. What do you sell, AO, mostly? Do you have like a specific, or are you like a broad spectrum antibiotic?
I think he's told us before. I think he does some video games and but I wanted to give an update on everyone. Paul gave an update.
Give it all you got. Give it all you got.
eBay Life,
all you
Carl,
what about Carl?
Paul spoke to him a couple weeks ago, and he's no longer reselling.
Whoa.
He's doing books and audiobooks on Amazon under Purple Fox Productions.
Purple Fox Production. Carl from eBay Life is no longer eBay Lifing and is doing a media production over. I'm guessing. Do you think that's he's publishing his own stuff?
I think so, right? Because he was getting into that. Purple Fox.
write that?
I'll screenshot it. Oops.
Give Popey. Yeah, see Popey. Give Popey.
Yeah,
Popey for Pope. Pokey for Pope. Yeah, you can put pop rocks in animals. That's fine.
A major one was saying they also have a $160 return coming back from a dress that someone used, abused, and is returning at Womp Womp. Yeah,
said that?
that's what people often say with clothing sellers, is that it's sort of like a rent it and then return it type thing, that people will do that. They'll use it for an occasion and then, although if somebody really abused it, they probably had it longer than one occasion.
Biff is saying probably really what the most truth is, really. It's sort of what you're saying, like they're spreading it around
Yeah.
to keep as many sellers as possible interested while simultaneously keeping as many buyers as they can coming back. When you look at it from that perspective, realizing how many crappy sellers there are, and quite frankly, I mean, there's not that many bad buyers, but the bad buyers that we get. Oh, good point. We started off the weekend with somebody doing a return on an item that I already know. They were already hassling me before the thing even got to them. And it was a brand new item. It was it's a DJI item. That's a gimbal, but for a real big camera. So it's called a Ronin. And I had a couple of those, and the batteries go bad on them. So you have to take the batteries, send them back you can't buy new batteries for them. They're about like 8 years old. They're super high quality units, but these batteries. So you send them back into DJI, they rebuild them for $95. And then you've got a movie quality gimbal that can hold a heavy camera.
It's a stabilizer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we broke them up into parts to sell them, and they actually were starting to sell okay. Definitely made more than we bought them for. But this guy, we're selling these things that are like $800 items, so $60 because it doesn't have the battery and it doesn't have the remote control and it doesn't have the stand thing, but it comes in the original box and the actual unit is brand new. So he's like, but what about the battery? What about the battery? So I give him a battery, a broken one that he can send back, not included in the price. So he already demanded something that wasn't in the original sale. I'm waiting for a negative feedback. And I sent it off to him, and the second he gets it, I see it arrive at his house. Half hour later, wants to return it. And he said, it's not what you said it was. It's not what you said it was. Its quality is bad. And I sent him back a nice email worded F you was the first two letters. I was like, fun. You're fun. No, I said, please don't tell me this is almost a brand new unit. It's only been used once or twice. Please don't tell me that it's not the quality I said it was, because eBay will hold that against me. I accept returns for any reason at all, even if you just don't like it. Next message for him. Well, then why don't you just return it for me? Because I don't like it. So anyway, he can't change his reason, but he filed it under item around damaged, and it didn't. And then he admitted to me.
It's so funny because he wouldn't tell me this. He's like,
I don't want
I'm
you
not
involved.
telling you about it.
You're so annoying that I have to like tell you about it that I didn't want to.
He
tell you.
waited to tell you.
Yeah, I wanted to tell you guys.
Tell you guys.
You guys are my friends. My best friends. I didn't want to tell you. Lady will just be all annoying. So anyway, dealt with all that on Friday, and then I had to cook for her too during John's show. So. Yeah,
but what did you end up? Get that pencil out of your hand. What did you end up doing then?
That's not fun. Oh, what I ended up doing was, so we charged. This is a very long story short.
No, he's like,
Short
okay,
story long.
this is why he wouldn't tell me the story. But he goes, I just need
$17
your
to
opinion.
ship it, but it cost $12.50 to. We only got $12.50 for shipping. It was a total sale of $70. It cost the return amount was $17.50. We already lost $5 on shipping it the first way. They wanted to charge us $17.50 for the return trip, and then I'm gonna have to resell it. And it's this big box that's kind of falling apart. Like, it's just no. I just returned it to him and told him to keep it. Choke on it. I hate you, and I blocked him. That's what.
And
I did.
he still emailed though and was like, "How do I get this back to you?" And it's like, dummy.
I said, you bend over and you grab it and shove. That's how you send it back. Bastard. I know it was you, lad.
He wasn't understanding that you were essentially just giving it to him. I think he was confused. I guess that might be confusing.
I want him to
and I said, make sure you tell him I have refunded you. And you did. You said,
I don't like to do that.
I refunded you. Just keep, and you were like, keep it or something. He still was like, how do I get it back to you?
I fermunded him. He's a jerk. I don't recognize his.
Wait, I see some.
There's a lot of words here. There's no way.
Oh, hi, dog.
We're getting through all these. There's just no way. Channel Islands. Shuck the Jive. B-Pick is here. We need.
I saw Blue V2 earlier.
Blue V Teeb.
I know.
Teeb is here. Yes, we saw.
Aloha. I don't know where you are right now, but I saw you earlier.
We don't know where you are in the world. The winds have changed.
We already read that.
We did. 100% agree about tweaking. I just saw this happen when I added back my coupons today. Coupons, another good example. We don't even use those. So
rotate
just
coupons,
rotate this
store sale,
just all the different tools.
Promoted listings, just always be rotating.
By the way, Ebert, who is apparently in the eBay dungeon, buy something. Go look at stuff. Go use your buying half of your account to maybe. He said maybe. It's not like you have to believe everything he says, but Is
Jet Fixer here? I saw a jet. I don't know, like as an icon. I don't know if it was him or not.
Has to be. Lag is just cha-chinging.
Good lag.
Bearded Queen Picker. Wait, what do we have to call him now? Beard said that we're not allowed to be his friend unless we refer to as Beard King Picker as Beard Queen Picker. But also, Lag said he wouldn't be our friend unless we referred to Beard as bread. So it goes, it's around robin. But we can call him Alex. Nothing wrong with that. I got off eBay for $29 sold, and because I'm trying to read this and really see what it says here, I'm trying to really take this in and understand, and then hold my hands like this. I got off of eBay, sold 29 items. Then the following day,
1 to 2 sales.
That is the alligator teeth methodology that is
and with
dominating the landscape of eBay sales right now. It's true though. It's like this feels just like, when you're hiding in a bush and you got your sniper rifle out and you're about ready to, and you just know that you got to drive the guy over to the spot so that he'll go right where you can just pop him from a bush. That's exactly the same thing with eBay. I mean, right? Does that make sense? You look like you're all twinkling into space.
I'm just thinking about eBay posts that I've been reading.
I thought I smelled something burning. Extremely high sell-through rates. Try extremely sober. That's not good. Extremely sober sell-through rates. There's nothing good about that. You definitely want your sell-through rates to be stoned to the bejesus, or high, as they say. I do not believe that eBay is a socialist event. Either your offer is good or it's not. Crappy offer. Sorry, no sales for you. Well, yeah. I mean, in general. In general, I think our biggest... Okay, I'll go way out on a limb here and say the biggest thing they did, probably, maybe, one of the few only real things they did, I have this under good authority, that in April or June of 2023, when most of us experienced, old timers especially experienced, a major change in the force, a rift, if you will, it was because they implemented geocaching. This was this is within promoted
selling.
listings. Yes, it's like they were doing a lot of things all at once. But the main thing they did, and an easy thing they did, and how we knew it, is because we were the #1 sellers of Apple manuals in the entire universe of America. And the second they did this, when our sales dropped, we sold no more manuals to the West Coast. And then I relisted them every single day, nuclear reset, and I got anger messages from West Coast dealers of Apple manuals. You ask me, well, how does that prove anything? The West Coast people can see your items and can tell that you're relisting them. Only for that initial 12 hours.
Because they have followed that. They get notifications when that is listed. So that's why.
So they see every manual coming up, and I was doing it every single day. But only for 12 hours was that manual available on the West Coast, and then it quickly dropped low, and then they made all the sales.
And the other thing,
it was weird because it was a matter of like 10, 15 a week to zero.
Because they were trying to work on their carbon footprint and stuff, and trying to match buyers with items that are closer to them.
Carbon footprint.
Is that possible?
Yeah, it is possible.
Yeah.
Because it was part of the, it's exactly what happened. Do we even do carbon footprint anymore? Or was that thrown out with
just a trend?
Was that just a trend?
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. Oh, I see that golf guy. Planes, trains, and automobiles.
And AO does shoes.
Oh, tomorrow at 7. That Didbit golf guy is selling his golf clubs. So write that down. Tuesday, 7:00 Eastern, hopefully.
And Ryan
we only do time on Eastern.
Is getting back into writing as well, since eBay has gone into the crapper for him. Self-publishing under Atomic Palms Press. Nice.
AO does sneaks and a few house items.
Yep, I read that.
Good. That's so good. You're so good. You're good.
He said, Paul was saying that Carl does a few of his own, but he's also selling other authors.
Oh, cool. I was wondering if he was is he sort of like printing? Like he's going to be a publisher type? Well, he is. That's why I was wondering Purple Fox, if he's going to do other people's stuff too. The one time I forgot to not accept returns on authenticated through eBay shoes, the buyer opened a return. So now waiting for a...
Oh, man, that stinks.
It was like a weekend of returns. We never, ever get returns. Our return rate is like 0.53% or something, so it's very unusual to get a return.
Bah humbug. Beard was talking about, WTF is saying, I can imagine that Amazon, what's KDP, is currently being flooded with lots of AI crap, same as YouTube. What's KDP? Amazon KDP? I don't know.
Killer deaths.
Was it Beard was talking about on over the weekend, or where was it? He was talking about how Amazon is charging people that store stuff at the Amazon warehouses these extremely high fees,
and they got kicked out, right? And they're getting kicked out.
And they're getting kicked out. And his reasoning, which makes absolute sense, because read an article today that Amazon is buying tons and tons, or bought tons and tons of stuff to try to avoid tariffs, because they still want to be able to sell things at really good prices, and that they need all of their warehouse space for their own product now.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
We don't need $30. You just need a few. I understand that.
John, when I watch these lives, I often wonder how many times does James find himself sleeping on the couch that night.
Never. You don't like stay with somebody for 35 years. How long have we been together? Nobody goes to bed angry around here, John. Everybody gets a back rub and a kiss goodnight.
Yeah, it's funny because we're just so used to each other. It doesn't even really faze us. It's just, he's just like a wart.
Just like a hairy wart.
It's just a wart.
Here's 25 cents. Go have that thing chewed off.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's how you do it. That's how you do it, Snorty. It's all performance based. If I list $700 a day, then sales can only do but so much, even if it sells at 80% rate. I'm currently at 4,000 below my start of the year. List more money, grow more. That simple. Mike G, I'm not saying I totally understand that, but I totally live that, I should say. So the only thing we do when we think sales are slow is we list more. That's it. I'm not sure there's like another thing you can do.
Lag is Lag pretending that he's the one that bought the DJ? I still feel bad about it.
You better.
You're a goofball.
Did you shove it harder? Maybe turn it sideways? Shove again? That might make you feel bad.
Hey, Roman!
Roman's here. Aloha! That's right. Nobody goes to bed sad. No, sir.
Roman.
$4 is enough, right? And you know what? I gotta say, this world is just so topsy-turvy crazy.
Wait, who was talking about that dolls?
This is the president
Colin.
of the United States of America was saying
on SNL.
Well, he's taking it from, the person. So the thing is that I totally get it too. And that number, it's just like instead of getting 30 totally crap dolls, you can get 4 high quality, all-American made dolls, right? Made out of the finest American materials. I totally know what the guy was saying when that guy said that. I'm like, yeah, you're right. You don't need please don't have $30. Just buy my old ones that I have.
But the thing is like there's no like transition period because we don't have these factories already there to make dolls.
I built them. I know, I did it already. I already built them all. Thank you. I totally get it though. It's like for my whole life I've been a lover of high quality, like things made to last. So I think that's what was trying to be said.
I was literally
the notion.
This morning I was putting on a pair because I binged on Shein socks.
Yeah, they're still sitting all upstairs
4 years
in
ago.
Plastic.
And
it's a pallet. She bought a pallet of socks. It's
and
like
I was
every
putting on a pair
conceivable.
of them this morning, and I was
They
like,
went right through.
Oh, I feel a hole in my heel, and then I thought to myself, man, I do miss the days when I had socks for like 10 years.
And you didn't have to darn them yourselves?
Yeah.
You have to darn your socks?
Robert was saying, sell that vintage Mac and then you'll retire.
I've sold a total tons of Macintoshes and stuff. That one works. That's like one of my keeper type things. But that's one of the things I still sell if I can find them. Vintage Apple stuff. And we've sold quite a bit lately.
The best one.
Thank you, Roman.
We told the story of the best one we ever found that was covered with sawdust in a.
It was an Apple II.
And it sold for $4,000. What was it? I don't remember.
4,500. Why are you trying to rip me off? In front of company, you're trying to downplay my awesome score. It was $25. It was Apple II computer, but not an Apple II Plus. So they only made. They made a lot of Apple IIs before the Plus, but they only sold for about 1 year before they upgraded the RAM in it. And the first 2,000 of this Apple II computer, the cases and the boards themselves, the actual boards, all Apple IIs. I think all Apple IIs were put together in California, but the first 2,000 of them were delivered to Steve Jobs's mom's garage, where he didn't do anything probably. He hired some like schmucks to put them together, including Ross, who's not a schmuck, but you know what I'm saying. He hired some friends to assemble the first 2,000 Apple II computers at his house, and then they went out and fanned out and sold them to the computer places in town. So we found one of those in a barn in Vermont, completely covered in sawdust. And what turns out to be a fact of life, and this is an outdoor, squirrels crapping on everything, the sawdust absorbed the humidity and the environment.
So everything was like in pristine condition once we cleaned it. It was beautiful. And it went to a woman in California whose husband worked on it or something. She did. Yeah.
In the 70s, and she wanted to have one. And she now has it. Thank you. $4,500.
What does this guy do?
Tells everybody.
So okay, he goes to the estate company and he's like, oh, you know, like
but hold on, let me not.
Blah, 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 blah,
we also
diarrhea,
spent, that was a $25 purchase to $4,000. We also bought, another $100 worth of stuff, vintage, the Halloween masks that you see in those things we just showed. This one.
The Westing,
that one. We bought that one. We got all the Halloween masks.
We got
these
those
right
creepy
here.
things.
Anyway, we sold those for, I don't even know, like $60, $80
we got the
a piece.
Sealed Beatles White album. I mean,
sealed,
this was one of the best.
Sealed WTF, the white album on white vinyl. Thank you.
It was one of the best sales.
It was made in
we've
Germany.
ever
That's
been
why I got
to.
excited about WTF. Let's see.
I like how eBay is pushing promotions on the offer accept page. Numbnuts, I'm about to sell this thing without a promotion. People already know about it.
Yeah, make sure you click on it. I mean, that's their job, right? Totally gouging. Like, yeah, make sure right as the people are about to check out, show them the promoted listing, so in case they haven't clicked on it yet, they do right before they check out, and then they can charge you.
Yeah, I wonder if anyone is still getting those cancellation requests where it was they found at a better price. You remember that was a whole thing, and Josh Galt. You remember last summer, Josh got one of those. Somebody canceled an order because they found it at a better price.
Yes, yeah.
And you remember
they got rid of that.
That
whole thing.
They did. Okay.
Well, I can't even, I can't totally remember the situation, but I do remember I remember that situation occurred. I just can't remember the exact facts about it, but that was like, he mentioned it the day it came out, because within a week that thing was gone. Yeah. Like, he got it first out of anybody on Earth.
Right, and then
we all complained about it, and it disappeared.
Ina did a story on it.
Then it disappeared.
Yeah.
I think she was quoting Josh, right?
Yeah, she was quoting Josh.
So he actually made that disappear, which was nice. Thank you, Josh.
It's good to have friends in high places.
It's good like Ayo. It's good to have high friends in places. Thank you.
Biff was saying, I'll say it again, I wish Amazon had a filter of made in the USA.
Yeah.
I do too. I wish that.
Who was just having a big yell? Somebody, it must have been on Beard Show. Just how Walmart was made in the USA store until they weren't. Like, they were made in USA until like probably 10, 15 years ago. I can't remember when. But their big thing was made in USA. And then they were like, oh, you mean China-USA.
And Biff is saying that it's literally this. eBay is trying to get him to promote the item that he's literally about to sell to a customer.
Oh.
And they're trying to get him to promote it.
Like, because they pop in and they're like, oh, these things aren't performing right. And they're like, here's like 3 of these items. We suggest you promote them at like 100% to get them to sell. And we think they might sell if you do that. Thank you, eBay.
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, they were testing that whole thing out. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, which is nice that some things
Beard
do
is saying,
disappear.
I'm full of useless knowledge. You are full of knowledge, Beard.
You're full of knowledge.
No ledge.
Bassett, yep, everything. Walmart used to be USA. I mean, is our current state of affairs gonna reverse that trend? I don't know. Is it? Seems crazy that things can go backwards, but we'll see if we can stuff any genies back in their bottles.
Mike's like, oh, if Amazon's site would shrink to 1% if it was all US.
I know. And it would be like a paperclip for $4 million. Thank you. And maybe you get a whole box. Not just one. Well, one's silly.
You know, and...
You know, Biff, you remember the paper clips used to have little lines on them? Like, they weren't smooth. They used to have, like, little ridges all the way around them. And it's because the machine used to pull it like this. And then it would fold it. And then they got rid of those. I mean, are those worth more money? Because they've got the little chicka-chicks on them? That's what I'd like to know.
Roman is saying, Todd's hands are full of knowledge. Nobody else. Lag is full of tic-tacs.
There is more knowledge in Tom's thumb. Tom's thumb?
Tom?
Tom's thumb.
Tom's thumb.
Todd's thumb.
Todd's hands and Tom's thumb.
Todd's thumb. Tom's
Cha-ching.
thumb.
You
What
were
did he
saying
do with
Tom.
it? I know, because it's a nursery rhyme where he stuck his thumb and stuff.
Oh.
So he's sticking it in people's pies. I mean, is that even safe? Or legal? No, it's that little Jack Horner sat in a corner doing something. Everybody's sitting in a corner doing something by themselves. I don't think they were little perverts.
And Ryan, Basket News was saying it would take like 20 years for us to get to the manufacturing capability to match Asia. And Ryan's like, then let's start now so the next generation isn't left with the crap we're in.
I don't have any kids. Screw them. Your kids are on their own. I'm burning down all the bridges on my way out. Sorry.
And Biff, I agree with you. He's saying, I just want to be able to find U.S. items when
Just
possible.
kidding,
I will pay more. I've had this attitude for years.
Yeah, me too.
Same here.
You know how hard it is to find? It's not impossible, but it's very difficult to find a high quality American flag up in here, up in this piece. It's like to find. I want it to be like.
Wait, did we say hi to Jen?
Did we? Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did?
Oh no, I did
yeah.
not. Aloha,
Sorry,
Jen.
if you're still here.
We
We're skipping all over, and I see that you were in here earlier. So thank you for being here.
Yes, welcome. Sorry, we just can't do all the words anymore, but we do try.
Because someone likes to talk a whole lot.
And somebody likes to put in all their damn cha-chings, rubbing it in our dang faces. All his cha-chings. Lag. Talking about you. But I wouldn't have it any other way either. If you jab spam with that pencil, I'm going to get on a plane and confiscate that nog. Well, we haven't had nog in a while. I do look forward to nog season when it comes back. But
yeah, but that
right
is
now
why we both
nothing.
gained a lot of weight.
We're on nothing now. We don't eat, drink, breathe, nothing. Zip. A little coffee.
Den Decor was asking when you were showing your old website there, does ICQ still exist?
ICQ.
Ryan remembers ICQ. Ryan, you are too young.
At the Woodstock 99,
I mean,
ICQ
I'm sure
was
you
there.
do, but
and
you're young.
They you know how their thing was a little flower, little blue flower, ICQ.
Mike G.
And every girl's boobs with the ICQ painted boobs. That's like what they did at Woodstock 99.
Mike is helping you get some money. He watched the third ad fully. You're up to 5 cents now. I skip
nice. You're not gonna believe this, but and now he's in the ICU. No, it's not ICU. It's
Den Decor has
ICQ.
Den Decor left a long time ago. Bye.
Bye, aloha.
Thank you for being here. Always, thank you.
It was a clever name. I seek you, right? I seek you. And again, if you did not hear it, I feel like it is my duty to reiterate that at Woodstock 99, boobs they were painting boobs. Like, and there was we have pictures, and it wasn't weird, me taking pictures of boobs, because they were painted, and it was okay, right? You were with me the whole time. I wasn't weird, right? Tell them I wasn't weird.
What are you talking about?
ICQ boobs at Woodstock 99. How they painted flowers on boobs.
Oh, yeah.
And everyone was walking around all topless with the boobs. Well, as they should. Thank you.
Basket nudes. Okay, I gotta go. This is a comment from a while back. I gotta go to some parties at Primo's play.
We're here.
We
It's
would
always
have
a big
dance
party.
parties, just
It's
the
a
two of
party.
us all the time.
It's a party over here, I'm telling you. No place to sit, though. That could be a problem. Roman says ICQ was the best dating site before Tinder.
Yeah, that drink did look like urine, huh?
It wasn't. What was that? I'm guessing it was probably. I'm trying to think of what was yellow. And we went through this little time period where everything was Lynchburg lemonade. So it was Maker's Mark with lemonade and ginger ale. And that kind of looks like what that could have been.
Oh, Doug was saying we just had AI turn us into a Hanna-Barbera cartoon. It's crazy spot on. Did you email it to us? I want to see.
Yeah, let's see that.
Once in a blue moon. You're
it.
probably not here anymore,
Where's
but
Once
thank
in a
you
Blue
for
Moon?
being here. Aloha, going
Aloha,
down
sorry.
memory lane. Yes.
Yes. Well, I mean, we didn't have much to say.
Silver
today.
hair stacker. I've never been as cool as Primo's fam. Dude, you are cool. Too cool for school.
Wait, who are you?
I'm just going through all the stuff
Who
that you
did you
skipped
say?
over.
I want to put the
Once in a
words
blue
up.
moon.
Where is that?
Way up. It was after
up,
when
up,
Beard
down.
King came in and said hello. I don't know where you are. Yeah, don't bother.
But wait, here's Ramen Adventures. I have a feeling that Primo lives in the forest with Josh. Oh, we do. You can't see the bottom of me. It's all horse. It's all horse from the waist down.
Hoofs.
And it appears at home only to do lives. Yes. Yes, I come in out of the forest with my cloven hooves. From Josh, yeah. Josh and I are eating, like, we're just nibbling. It's all... And Josh is drinking gently from a stream, and I'm eating like one of those berries from the tree. And then
Paul was saying my
Godzilla
neighbor's
steps in.
brother lives in Jersey, the Channel Islands. It's only 6 miles long and full of millionaires. He resells and makes a fortune from their thrift stores. Lucky bugger.
where is that?
The Channel Islands.
That's in
Jersey,
you
the
said Jersey?
Channel Islands.
Well, I think one of the reasons why we sometimes have good pickings here is because we're isolated, and yet we're the biggest city in a very small rural state. So all the stuff comes here, but there's no way all the stuff that comes to our resource stores comes from this area. And we have quite a few resource stores, and sometimes they get $10,000 couches, and we know they're $10,000 couches. I mean, that's happened in the past. It's a little less. There's a lot of little kid pickers now, and I think they run in gangs and packs, like from that movie Oliver. And they're like, "Can I have some more?" And there's like some big daddy picker, and then he has all his little urchin pickers go out and pick. I think that's a little bit like it works now. Maybe just made that up. I have no idea. But there's a lot of young kids. The pickers seem to be the young kids. I no longer see old people. Oh my gosh, Bridget.
What?
We're the old people now.
Yes, we are.
We just see young people picking, and there's no gray hairs out there to ask questions of. They're all gone.
Oh.
We're the old people. Oh no!
Pokey, no!
Pokey, no! Oh.
Tsunami! Look at Pokey. He's like, what? Daddy.
Yes, I'm going to be dean of reselling. I'm willing to take charge of any department at your college. Roman, please. I'm available. Code base. That's a comment that starts with code base. Basket Noodles sometimes has comments. He's commented from time to time.
Oh, and
with the witty rejoin.
the jet emoji was Paul when he was saying, if you poker with the
He's gonna smack that
popsicle
nog right out
stick,
of my hand.
whatever it is, pencil, popsicle stick.
Can happen in many reasons, actually. People don't realize when they go to eBay, it isn't a rent. HTTP request.
Stinking ants.
No, that's how you get your Pop-Tarts. You got to get money. Temu sells those vintage Macs for $5 also at work. Can you imagine they start knocking off those?
Hey, Big Trey!
But there's a $125 conundrum put on top of that, so no one will ever buy them. Thank you. Thank you.
Oh, this is interesting.
Aloha.
Yeah, that would be cool to hear what you have to say. Week
Testing
sales
out
on the
auctions.
weekend, same with us. But
Testing out auctions this week with promotions. The average percentage was 8%. Huh.
Auctions?
Yeah. Okay. Auctions with
well,
promotions.
You do shoes, so
Interesting.
huh?
That is interesting because I mean, again, all the different tools, mix them up, flake them around, and start them, stop them, do them. I guess and inevitably once a week a concept comes up that I never even thought of, and our phone just froze again. And that's one that I would like to pretend is one of those things. I have never thought about promoting an auction, or I just never thought of that being a thing that one might do. And sure enough, it is.
Yeah. I'm trying to think about that. I swear I remember reading something about auctions are weird though. Remember, if you were to end an auction for some reason, once there's a bid, I read a post like several months ago. This woman was doing an auction, realized she made a mistake in the listing, and was like, "Oh no!" And so she had to end the list. Well, she ended the listing and corrected and then relisted, and eBay charged her fees as though she had sold the item.
What?
Yeah, and
well, maybe she did sell the item. Maybe it got purchased right as it was.
Whatever it was at, the price that it was at, they charged her fees. And then I think I read where someone's like, oh, you can actually add info, and it will just, like eBay in an auction listing will somehow, there's like info like added after listing was posted or something. It will have like updates of the changes you made. So keep that in mind. We haven't done auctions in so long, except we did do the tiki things,
one, which we knew would sell.
but it's been years for us. So I don't really remember everything about auctions and all the changes now.
Lag's got a 2-pack-a-day TikTok habit.
Nice.
You love that.
TikToks, are those sugar-free? No, I wouldn't like them if they were.
I don't think they are, no. They might be. They sometimes I never knew that Fresca was a diet soda until it was. I don't think it used to be way back in time, but now
Yay! Ayo made a sale. Good.
Ayo,
Hey,
Ayo.
Dave Harrington. Sup, Primo spam. Sorry, like, can you start over?
The West Coast bong hit artist has graced us with his presence. He probably just woke up.
Doug did send us the picture.
That's nooner.
Wait, I want to find it. My phone is trying to load emails.
Yeah, this is very riveting.
Can you find it?
Watching email loading. Now my computer's even slower with email. There's only like 100.
Oh, here we are.
75 new messages I haven't looked at. You know what I did notice is I think it was John put up his.
Come
he
on,
was sharing
phone.
his.
So cute.
Oh my gosh. He was sharing his.
Wait, hold on, I just don't.
Is that the exact same picture? Don't you like what AI does with your backgrounds? It decides what your background's gonna be.
Sorry, hold on. Oh my god, it has a little eBay box on the table.
6x6.
Now my phone's dying. What's happening?
We're all dying, sweetie. Slowly but surely.
Look at my phone is. Oh my God. I am so boomerang right now.
Yeah, we really, I think it's fair to say that we may be the last generation Gen Xers that had it really
What?
good.
Oh wait, hold on.
You got to put your hand back here. You put all your hands back here.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Oh
cute.
wait, no.
You ruined it. You need all the hands. See?
How cute.
My hands. Hi, Poke. I felt your hand too. Oh my God! I think it's time
So
to kiss the
cute.
bae.
Look at how they're
Is it
so.
time
They're
to
both like.
wake up? Is it time to wake up?
How
bae?
adorable! Gosh, you guys are so stinking
I think it's
cute.
time to get up and we gotta go do things. We gotta go do stuff. So I think on Wednesday we're gonna come in and live from our warehouse and set up whatever the live auction is gonna be. We'll show you a preview of what it's gonna be. Maybe not a full 2-hour show. I don't know how that's gonna work because we've never actually tried. I mean, we get reception over there, but I've never tried to like do a live. So we're actually gonna try it out and do like kind of a test on Wednesday for our show. So it may be a 1-minute show if it doesn't work out.
What kind of plant is that in the background? Oh, hey, are you talking about the AI thing? I think you were joking about that too.
Yeah, the plant and the AI. Yes.
Jovial.
Dave, exactly.
Your
Dave.
mom's here. 5 minutes and counting.
Who?
Your mom, Penny Lane.
Oh, Penny Lane is here. Aloha to my mom. Are you on the phone? Yes, that it needs to be in the background, that tree plant thing.
Mike's like 5 ads. If everyone ran them fully, you would make close to $3.
That's right. Where some of them? Oh, I was trying to finish. First of all, John makes millions of dollars. Can you imagine what Commonwealthy Picker makes? And also, John showed his messages on eBay, like when he was showing something in the back office, and you could just see that he had like 100 and something messages that he hasn't read. Ebert said specifically, John, that you need to look at all your messages and not have any little red box up or any little red circle that has a number in it, because that means you aren't reading all of your messages. And I bet you would get a lot more. I think we'd all get more if you just read your messages. Thank you.
Or is it that he's just not deleting them? Could it be that?
You just have to look at them, and that goes away.
John.
I
pointed that out to you a long time ago on one of his videos. I saw that, and you were like, no. And I was like, yes, I swear.
I was like, he would never do that. John reads all of his messages. What if there's like a very important message in there? What if it was like for $1 million? He could not even know it's there. And I could never believe that. And you told me that, and I didn't believe you. And now I sit here going.
Major one was saying how crazy the AI does it in like 30 seconds. Showed my dad that, and he almost, you went up. He almost ran out to check the sky for flying cars. That's so funny. We were just driving by an electric vehicle the other day. Or it drove by us, and I was thinking to myself, wow, that sounds like the little cars on like the Jetsons. That
700?
What? How does that?
Dude, you need to go in there and hit them all so it reads a 0, or the eBay police are going to come in the middle of the night and grab you in USDA trucks. Thank you.
Yes, Basket Nudes is so right. I don't know what he was saying, what this is in reply to, but there's a difference. They've invested heavy in manufacture and export. In the U.S., we invest in lifestyles, and that is so true.
We got such lifestyle over here.
Everyone's wrapped up in lifestyle. I mean, you need to be happy and enjoy life. So yes, lifestyle is extremely important.
What you won't believe, Dave? This is actually the pizza being hydrated from Back to the Future. I read all of my messages. The number you're referring to is my item specifics, not. Oh, thank goodness, John.
Woo!
I was like, I was super shocked, but of course I didn't look that hard where I could have actually known what it was all about. But Good. That makes me. I'm gonna rest easier.
Of
much
course,
easier now.
John does. He is so by the
He is
book
on
and strict.
top
That's
of
why we figured
Now,
we were not looking at it correctly.
What about your damn item specific, son? You gotta get those done. I got the same thing on mine though, so I'm not going. I mean, I'll do a lot of things, eBay, but I ain't filling out your item. Ever since Josh told us that, Josh Galt reported, and this was news to us, that he pretty much knows for sure that eBay only keeps 90 days of rolling data, AI data. So they do not go back years for historical data to determine things. So they obviously also do not fill in your item specifics perfectly. Like there might be a dozen different ways to fill in your item specifics, even if it's a brand new one type of item. There's no single category entry that is ideal.
Oh gosh,
Well,
and
there
you
might
know
be
what's
one.
so annoying is when I'm listing these DVDs
And my nose is itchy.
and I pick one to sell similar, and when somebody adds in their own fields, they
makes
have
you
little
so
trash
angry.
cans to delete them,
Yeah.
but it's like people
Yeah.
are entering in book
Tiny
information.
trash cans. Oh no, they're entering right. You're saying books or movies will be in books and books will be in movies, and it's crazy.
Be nudes.
Little
Depends on
trash
how you
cans.
measure lifestyle. Me, I'm very content with a loving relationship where we both grow old into each other's verses. But that is a lifestyle, though. You know?
Yeah, being able to grow old with somebody is a pretty significantly awesome lifestyle that I guess I can't imagine it's everywhere.
I mean,
It's a lot of places.
I would say our lifestyle is very modest, but it's crazy, and our weird lifestyle that we love. It's
think we're
whatever you
modest.
make of it.
I think we're bouge modest. We're a little bougie. I'm bougie. You're not really.
Well, no,
Not
we like
naturally.
cool, cool things, what we consider cool, which is all vintage crap.
Primo, meatloaf, Kimo. That's what I'm
Right.
talking about. We eat meatloaf. But that shit's got gold on it. Like I don't eat meatloaf unless the chef comes over and flakes off some
I will
gold.
do
some gold flakes on it,
anything
you know.
for eBay, but I won't do that. That's so great. Do you see Major Win? I would do anything for eBay, but I won't do that.
Sure, I won't.
Someone needs to be
I
a
didn't do an item specific.
do Terminator 2 spoof, but instead of Arnold saying, "Are you John Connor?" It's, "Are you John Miller? You ship that? I'll be back."
I'll be back. Okay, we gotta go.
Oh yes, it's 3:06.
Dave, plants can be different. They're not all Mary Jane, Dave. But only the good ones are. The good ones
well, you
all grow.
mentioned it too.
The good ones all grow.
The first
it did
picture.
look. I got that. I got the vibe that it was a weed plant in the back. I don't know why. Because I think everything green looks like weed. Mike G, you're gonna get some. You know who's gonna get? Well, I'm gonna go over it. So that's what I want to do next week, or I'm sorry, Wednesday. I want to take you over to our reselling platform zone, see what it looks like. All the mouse poops are hidden, so you won't see those. And then I want to show you sort of what I'm going to sell and see what people think of the stuff. We're not going to actually sell it. This is going to be one of those super frustrating, annoying, why aren't you just selling it? No, we're not. We're going to show it to you a good few
and
days.
get your feedback and see if we should sell it.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what we're going to do.
I like that idea.
I mean, I just want to, because we haven't done it before.
So that's on Wednesday. It's gonna be rainy here, but it will be like in the low 60s, so that would be an okay day to go into the warehouse.
It's going to be nice. Maybe we'll hear a little clinky.
Love you, Nance.
Aloha. Oh, we got to go. We got to go.
Doug
You
just
mentioned
ordered
eBay
meatloaf
messages.
with
After you said that, I got 3 more. Keeping the eBay train moving along. Okay, guys. We are definitely going to go now.
Thank you for being here with us.
Oh, I
We
pressed the button.
appreciate you. You mean so much to us.
We can't not go now because we pressed the button. And Pokey's getting
Here,
active.
get rid of the-
He's gonna
Get rid of the
kiss me.
bubbles so they can see
sorry.
pokes.
Hi, babe. Is it time to go?
Hi, love. Aloha, everyone. Thank you. Thank you for being here. We appreciate you so much.
Oh, Pokes, you're the best boy.
Aloha.
What's 2 plus 2? I love you. I love you.
Oh, little baby.
Aloha.
Have a great day.
play a game.
Get back to work, you slacker. Looks like cleanup on aisle 4.
Go, go,
What are you
boy.
waiting
You're such a
for?
good boy.
Christmas?
Aloha. Love you guys. I